What is up, YouTube? Welcome back. We are going to be looking at LPZZ. Now, if this is the first time you've heard of LPZZ, you need to listen up. 1/12 scale figures collecting is awesome right now. They are eating good. There's InArt we got LPZZ, Mafex, as well as Revoltech they're crapping the bed right now. They're super stressed about this company because their price, their quality, and their detail on these figures are amazing. So we're going to be checking out what they have on the horizon. So tune in and let's do this. Now, before we start, please make sure to like and subscribe to the video, as well as leave comments on things you liked today, as well as anything that you would like to see from the channel. This really helps me make better content for you, as well as improve the viewing experience for you in this channel, and make sure we can discover more cool niche things as we build this cool community together. Collecting is suffering, and we need to make it better. I mean, I know that it's changing. I know that there's different things coming out. I know that there's probably not enough variety that's coming out. And so I'm hoping that today, as we look through these figures, you can see why 1/12 collecting is eating really good right now. So let's start off. We are getting Absolute Batman, and I repeat, Absolute Batman, the comic book line that is taking DC by storm, has put comic book readers back on the map, that has made a big hit. They're making a TV show of this comic. They are making, they are doing some crazy stuff in the comic. The slabs that people get for this comic, if you collect comic book slabs, they're selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's ridiculous. So this figure is awesome. This is the quickest turnaround for a comic book to an adaptation of a show. So I'm excited for this. But what we get today, we get showing two versions of the suit. I hope it's maybe it's a standard deluxe version. Maybe it's all together. If it's all together, sweet. We got the awesome Batman on the right with the spikes coming out of his shoulders. We got this cool cape. I don't know if it's drape cape or if it's going to be more of a wired cape. I'm really excited for this. In the comic, he had like this cape that he made himself, and it's supposed to act like almost like bat wings. But if you see bats, how they grip onto things using their wings, same idea. We're also getting some other things in there. I'm not sure what, I can't really tell from the pictures what they are, but I see the axe. I'm not sure if those are some grenades in there, but the base looks really cool. I believe that front piece that's kind of cement looking, I think that sits on top of the base, but LPZZ, their bases are pretty much the same shape. They do a lot of box shaped things except for their Arkham Knight line. And what they're doing is they have some really cool accessories that you can store in there, and it's kind of nice. We also are getting the version of him from Poison Ivy when he goes into the sewers, which everyone loved that look, and I'm so happy they're doing this. He had this cool gas mask on, as well as these chainsaw looking hedge clippers that he used to cut through stuff, as well as this saw. And I'm so glad we're getting this look, because I was like, I really want to have a 1/12 scale figure of this, or a 1/6. I even thought about doing some custom stuff to try and do it with the Hot Toys version that they're making, but this is a cool figure. I'm excited for it. Now we get some more shots of it with the cool emblem, it looks like. We also get the axe, which you know is coming from his chest emblem. That's where it gets stored. I don't know if they'll have that capability with it. We'll see. It'd be really cool if it was, but no idea. But this is looking really good. I like how LPZZ is trying to stay as close to the comic book look as possible. I know InArt is trying to do a lot of their own interpretation and try and make a more stylized version. They're doing that with their Batman Who Laughs, as well as their Red Death. And so I kind of like you have those two options. In addition, I believe that InArt, their versions of comic book characters or anything that is video game line, they're doing more 1/10 scale. It's closer to what McFarlane does for their scale. So if you're looking for McFarlane, that's really cool. Let's go with InArt. That'll scale really well with your McFarlanes. Now, if you want more 1/12, we can do this. I would rather stay with this. We are also getting a Red Hood. The Red Hood figure looks like it does come with the unmasked Jason Todd head sculpt. This is from the DLC from the Arkham Knight game. Now, I have the Arkham Knight figure that came out, and it has the cool switch outs between the blue and the red, but it doesn't have a fully unmasked Jason Todd head sculpt. You only have the part where his mask gets revealed underneath, but he's still wearing the mask. So this is cool. So if you need to swap it out to your Arkham Knight, you can do so. But this looks really awesome. I'm excited to see this in color, but we'll check it out further when prototype gets further along. Now we are getting a Hush Batman, and forgive me, these aren't my images, I just want to be clear, so they might not be the clearest, but we got a Hush Superman, sorry, that's coming out. I'm excited for. We'll see the Hush Batman later on, but they are doing both, which I believe they're going off of the Jim Lee adaptation of Batman. So really cool. Now I have these two figures on the left, which I love, and the detail is amazing. Die-cast parts, really cool diorama bases they add to it, and all the bases are matching, so you can hook them together, and they open up so you can store the accessories inside. It's great. LPZZ is thinking of the collector, of the consumer, and I have no bad things to say about them. They do a really good job, and I'm excited to see what they do with the Dawnbreaker. Now, if you're not familiar with Dark Knight's Metal, it's a alternate universe where Bruce Wayne has different versions of Bruce Wayne, all of which have different versions of himself, where one's a version of him that becomes like the Joker, another version that comes like the Flash, but they're evil versions of him, or of those characters. So you have a Devastator, which is supposed to be Doomsday, that kills Superman, and so there's a lot of cool stuff. So if you don't like Dark Knight's Metal, check it out. It's really cool. But they are doing a Dawnbreaker, which it looks like they have a hand coming out, some cool, almost octopus tentacle kind of looking things. But he's supposed to be like an evil version of Green Lantern, but Batman. So if you like that, love Batman, gotta pick this guy up. Now I already have this one on pre-order from Kit. This is a Arkham Knight Catwoman. I believe they are trying to build out this whole Arkham Knight line. The only thing that's a downside with these bases is that they don't have any way to store them. Like they're all match, of course, and it's kind of cool, but they don't have like the nameplates on saying who the character is, so they all say Arkham Knight. So if you all have these characters, they all think it's Arkham Knight. So not a big deal, but you can remove the faceplate if you want to on the base. But really cool figure. It looks like really good. It's pretty far along, so LPZZ has some good turnaround time from the time it puts up for pre-order to the time it releases. So you're not waiting a long time, which I love about 112. 1/6 takes them a couple years or a year and a half to get out, but this is cool. We are getting a absolute Catwoman. I believe her comic is coming out pretty soon, but you do get her. It looks like an unmasked and a masked head sculpt. It looks really good. It looks like they have a cool comic book call out with the gun effects showing the words of what the sounds would be of that gun effect, just like in the comics. And the head sculpt for the cowl, it's really a new version of Catwoman. It's really cool. It's supposed to be like a mirror. Sorry about that. A little mirror that happens on her head. I don't know how it is, but it reflects everything. I don't know if they're going to try and capture the effect or just do it more of just a, like not a chrome cowl, but more of just like maybe a silver painted one. I don't know. We'll see. But check out the comic and you can see in Absolute Batman how that looks. Now, I'm not a big collector of live action characters in 1/12. I don't believe I have any from looking at my collection, but for the most part, they are doing a Batman from 2022, Robert Pattinson. It looks cool. Looks very good, the cowl and everything. I don't think I'll pick it up. I have the in-art version, which I love. It's one of my favorite in my collection. So if you like this, check it out. We are getting a Azrael. I think it's Azrael. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments if I am wrong on that. But Azrael is a really cool character in the Arkham Knight game. You also see him in Arkham City. He looks amazing. I think this will be really cool. The only thing I'm curious about is the cape. I don't know if they're going to be doing the drape cape or sorry, a wired cape, or they're going to do something more like a PVC plastic like McFarlane would have done. I hope it's the former. I hope we get to have a cool wired cape, but we'll see what happens. Now, this is the one I already have right here. I'll be doing a review on this soon, but you can see they probably did exactly what I was thinking with the unmasked Jason Todd head sculpt they put on the figure. So looks really cool. They have the switch out parts as well for the red and blue, but I think this figure is still available. I could be wrong, but check out your sites to see, but do your research as well so you don't get screwed over. But looks really cool. We do have a Hush Batman. Hush Batman is pretty huge in the Batman community or Batman lovers, and it looks really cool. They have a cool accessory that makes it look like he's throwing batarangs. We have grappling hook. I hope they do like a metal grappling hook like they did with the Arkham Origins Batman with in-art. Don't know if they will, but this looks fantastic. I think this looks really good. You got a lot of cool stuff. I think I have another picture later that we can take a look at. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, we have a bat computer that you can store with it, which looks really cool. You get a closer look of that cool Hush looking cowl right there, and I don't know what the feet are for, if there's like some sort of accessory that goes with them, but for the most part, it looks really good. You get drape cape and wired cape for it, but I think there's people that are going to be picking up a few of these just to have like the different looks. Now, if you played the Arkham Knight game, you know there's a Batman Beyond suit that's in there, and it's pretty awesome. It's more of like a real world interpretation, I guess, of Arkham or of Batman Beyond. If you grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, you know that Batman Beyond's pretty huge and it looks pretty awesome. So if you like this character and you like this version of him, you gotta pick him up from LPZZ. It looks like it is going to be a wired cape for it, so pretty awesome. Next, we got Tactical Suit Batman. I'm not a big fan of Justice League, but this looks cool. Very early on in the prototype, so it probably takes some time, but if you're a big Batflex fan or a Justice League fan of his look in that, so check it out. They do a great job on detail. Like, it's crazy how small the scale is, and they still are able to pick up so much detail in these figures. We are getting Arkham City Batman, the best game in the Arkham trilogy. So if you like the look of this suit, it's going to be cool. It's very more simple than the Arkham Knight suit. Looks like they are doing a wired cape, which looks great. Still looks pretty early on in the prototypes, but I'm excited for this. I imagine they're going to be starting to throw a lot of these up for pre-order soon. I imagine they're probably waiting for ACGHK to show some more of this stuff, but for the most part, they are throwing some serious heat towards all the 112 collectors like Mafex and Revoltech, so they're doing a job. We got Awesome Joker from Arkham Knight. I would prefer to have maybe the first game from Arkham Asylum or maybe the Arkham City version, but this is great too. I really hope they improve the head sculpt. It looks a little too early on. I don't know why they always do this with prototypes, but they show like the joints and everything are in place, and then like the next showing of the convention they have them like all in gray. I don't know if they just glue these pieces in place, the pose, and they just reprints show like where the joints will be so they know, and then later they're still working on the prototyping on it. No idea, but it looks really cool. I imagine we'll get some more accessories than just this. I hope we do, but it looks awesome. I don't know if that's the gun with the toxin that he puts into what's his name? Oh, Batman. So no idea. We'll see what happens. And maybe this is just part of the... No, it's Arkham Knight, it looks like. Yeah, it's not Arkham City. Yeah, I thought he had this toxin gun in the Arkham City game, but I could be wrong. But the detail looks really good. Paint applications look great. Just that head sculpt looks a little too non-screen accurate, so I hope they improve it. We do get Arkham Knight Nightwing that's coming out. That's kind of cool. It's definitely be a competitor to Revoltech. They're going to do a better job. I already will tell you this. They always do a great job on how they make these figures and the detail they do with them and the accessories that come with them. So very cool. I'm excited for this one. The last one I have, I believe, is the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. It looks really cool. I love how this looks, and I think that the cowl or the mask looks really cool. The cowl looks really good, but I'm not gonna pick it up. I already had the in-art one. That's gonna be my representation of Batfleck, but I love this version of the suit. I like it more than the Justice League version, but yeah. Please leave a comment and let me know which ones you're picking up. But I want to jump over to one more figure that I think that you should be looking on your horizon. So let's check it out. So next we have, I believe this is Coser Toys, C-O-S-E-R, or they're under the name Demon Flame Studios, but they are making a Darksiders 2 Horseman of Death figure, and it looks really cool. I never played Darksiders, but I think my uncle was a big fan of it, and he showed me it. And I think it was Darksiders 1. But this is really cool. You get 2 different masks, so you can have, I believe one's a pre-order bonus, but you got his crow, you got some cool battle axes / spears that he has, but I mean, look how cool these poses you can rock with this thing. It doesn't look very gappy, it doesn't look very disjointed. They did a great job. This is a reissue, I believe, with some more updated armor of how the character looked later in the game. But this is a cool figure. Like, look at these, like, aura that comes from this thing. Yeah, it looks really awesome. I think you can do different swap outs for the weapons to make it look different. And I believe you also can get his horse that comes with some accessories as well. But this thing is already up on pre-order for kit. So if you go through 16 Kit, check them out. There's other sites like Bombasby. I am not affiliated with any of those. I don't have special codes for them. But these are some cool figures. I'm sorry for the pictures. They're not great. But for the most part, this is some cool stuff. Yeah, so... leave a comment and let me know if you're picking this thing up, and if you like more of this content, please like and subscribe, and I'll try and get more of it and try and cover some cool niche figures that we need to check out that should be on your horizon, especially for big fans like you guys. So if you're 1/12 scale collecting, you're eating well. So, well, until next time, I hope you enjoy collecting, and then please leave a comment of what things you're collecting. I'd love to read through them. So I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.